Stranger Things has ended, but do we really think it's over? What do we think about its grand finale? And did it live up to the 4 seasons that came before? All this and more on this episode of We Care a Lot. This episode contains spoilers for all of Stranger Things, seasons 1 through 5. So if you haven't caught up yet, go do that and then come back. Hello and welcome to another episode of We Care a Lot. I'm James.
I'm Gil.
And today's a very special episode. We have our first guest ever joining us, our friend and editor of the podcast,
And
Mashaal.
technical director of SLR.
Mashaal.
Hello, I'm Mashaal.
Welcome to We Care a Lot. So great to have you.
Yeah, today we're going to be talking about Stranger Things. Like usual, we're going to be talking about the first 4 seasons and maybe the play, if we know anything about that.
Oh.
Before the break, and then after the break, we'll talk about the new season 5
and the finale.
Mashaal, when did you start watching Stranger Things?
So I started watching it basically when season 1 came out, like a few
wow.
months
Interesting.
after.
From the get-go.
Yeah.
Did you start in season 1 as well?
I started in season 2.
When
I
season
watched
2
like
came out.
season 1 as season 2 was coming out, and then I watched season 2.
I think I started season 3, I think.
Whoa,
Oh,
really?
wow.
Yeah, I was late.
Look at
'cause
this. What a spectrum we've got.
I know, because I wasn't really allowed to watch like scary stuff when I was younger. And then my mom also didn't like watching it by herself because she got scared. So she was like, I'll have my kid watch it with me.
You weren't allowed to watch scary stuff when you were younger?
Yes.
That's so fascinating because I feel like you're such a horror fan. And
Well, why do you think I am? I'm rebelling.
oh, wow.
That's not true. But so everyone watched like the seasons as they were coming out.
Yeah, I didn't.
Okay.
I was kind of like a big fan, so I was like, I gotta be there. I gotta be seated for when it's coming out.
Interesting.
When season 3 was coming out, that was a big moment for me. Season 3 is my favorite.
Wow, you just want to get into it? Do you have a favorite, Mashaal?
Michelle doesn't like the show.
Yeah, this is true. I don't like the show that much, but I would say season 2.
Wow, I would say
Yeah.
season 1.
I think season 1 is. I've been on the record in the past to say that season 1 is the best, but season 3 is my
Is
favorite.
your favorite? Okay, I can see that.
I just like the vibes a lot.
Season 1 just feels like it's what it's meant to be.
I
Like
so
everything in
agree.
season 1 is so tight. All the characters have something to do. The mood is really good. The Upside Down feels scary. The Demogorgon is scary.
It's still mysterious.
It's very mysterious.
And then when everything comes together at the end, all the plot lines intersect.
it's great. I think every other season past that really struggled to do that because they would send all the characters on their own little side quest and they felt very arbitrary.
And then they try to repeat that whole like the plot lines converging. Like every season they kind of try to do that, but it never, I feel like, has the same effect as season 1.
Yes, I would agree.
But you don't like what if you had to pick one favorite season, Michelle? What would you
She
say?
said 2.
I
she said
said
2?
season. He's not
Hey,
listening.
Didn't hear that
Oh
part.
my gosh. Are
Season
them-
2, really? That's
Yeah,
like
I
one of the most
think- I
hated
think
series. I
season
think it
2
gets
is
overhated,
underrated.
but yeah, I
Oh.
agree with that.
Okay.
But
Because
I'm shocked by
I
that.
feel like that it had like the perfect amount of characters. Like we got new characters, we got more lore,
Max,
and then
Callie.
yeah, okay,
Ugh.
yeah, and then the Demo Dogs was pretty interesting.
I love
feel
the
like
Demodogs. I think that's such a great
I
progression.
feel like it was a good sequel, and then everything after that felt like
I actually really agree with Michelle
You
here. I think
know?
season 2, as much flack as it gets, I think it's a perfect like progression for
Yeah.
the series.
I've seen it be compared to Alien versus Aliens, where like Alien, you got the one big xenomorph
Yeah,
really
then you got
scary,
a
and
lot of them.
Aliens, it's more of them. They're more disposable, but I don't know. It's more action heavy as well.
Yeah,
I think all the seasons kind of start leaning more action heavy.
I think the Mind Flayer is also just like a really terrifying like idea. I roll. You don't like
no,
it?
I like him. I just wish he was anything.
What?
Like by the end of the show, it's like, what is the Mind Flayer?
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
we'll
true.
get to that, but we're still talking about
True,
season
yeah.
2. We're living in season 2
I
right
know,
now.
but I
Like the Mind Flayer before the idea of Vecna, so scary. Once they put a face to the name, once they put a face to the mysterious entity, even though technically they're still separate, whatever, I guess. I think it's so much scarier when it's just like this unknown alien force.
yeah, I think season 4 was kind of like the resurgence of Stranger Things because there was a big gap between season 3 and 4.
Yeah,
When 4 came out, people really liked it.
yeah.
Like the Running Up the Hill episode was one of the highest rated episodes of
Billy,
the
yeah.
show. Yeah. I didn't get all the hype as it was coming out. I was like, it just feels like more Stranger Things. And I especially was really feeling the Max stuff is really strong. Everything else, it's a little too supplementary. I don't know if
I agree with
it's
this.
as necessary.
Interesting, because when that came out for me, I was also very much into it, but I didn't have that feeling you're saying where I'm like, oh, it's more Stranger Things. To me, it feels really like disconnected from the rest of the show. I think once they start including Vecna, it's really like this isn't what it was about in the first couple seasons. It just feels really different and really like, but I think it works in my opinion. Only the Max stuff though. All the other plot lines, I think
The Russian
Are
stuff, the
rough.
California.
whatever since you told me about how they were trying to do Nightmare on Elm Street. Like
Oh,
that was them
yeah.
kind of trying to do it. I think it really works, but I wish that season 4, I don't know, maybe if it was its own show, I just think it's really cool, but just not as like Stranger Things.
Yeah, the Duffer Brothers have gone on record to say that they were kind of paying an homage to Nightmare on Elm Street, and they would have loved to direct one of the movies, so that was kind of their attempt at almost doing that.
And I think they did it really well. I think it's a cool Nightmare on Elm Street, modern Nightmare on Elm Street.
I think they should have done more stuff with the nightmares. I think they were a little basic, if we're nitpicking. Because it was just people reliving their trauma, but it wasn't even, like, creative. It was just like,
Wow.
yeah.
That's true, actually. They just kind of have it like very on the surface of like what actually happened.
And then they
to
just
the
say a clock.
characters.
There. The
Yeah.
clock. Can you insert the sound
So
effect?
goofy, yeah, sure.
Yeah, I just think season 4, it tried to, like, go back to horror, because season 3 was also very... They started introducing too many Russian stuff.
I hate the Russian stuff.
Okay, but once again, it's a good natural progression for the show. Like, it's taking place in the 80s. The Red Scare and communism is all around. It makes sense that the Russians would, like, have their foot in the door in this, trying to get in on the Hawkins lab stuff.
Yeah, sure.
It just feels really out of left field, you know what I mean? And then they
I
don't
agree.
ever revisit it again.
I agree.
After season 4 when Hopper comes
But
back. Are
I
we
agree
talking
with
about
all
season?
that.
That's okay, yeah.
Season
Sorry.
4?
Yeah, season 4.
Yeah,
After
we
season
just-
4,
we
it's
just
like
talked
season
about
4.
never
yeah.
talk about it again.
No, I completely agree. I think other than... I just like the Russian stuff because, yeah, I think it makes sense for the time, and I like the whole Scoop Troop plot
Yeah,
line.
the Scoop Troop
Like
stuff was
the
They're
fun.
very
Dustin,
likable.
Exactly,
Yeah.
the Dustin, Steve, Erica, Robin stuff is really good. But yeah, once we get to the Hopper's alive in the gulag,
Oh my god.
and we're taking the plane with Murray over to Russia, I'm like, we can skip this.
I
Also-
actually didn't watch any of that.
Oh,
Every
you
time,
skipped all of it?
the Russia stuff, I
Wow.
skipped it. I
And
was
hey-
just like,
in
this is
season
not going to be
4?
relevant. Yeah,
And hey, look,
actually.
the rest of the show made sense. So
Yeah.
what does that
Yeah.
what does that say about that plot line?
The reason why I like the Scoop Troop and the Russian stuff in season 3 is not the same reason why I like season 1 or season 2 of Stranger Things.
That's a
I
good
think it's
point.
such a different tone, and the tone is fun, but it's like, is that what Stranger Things should be? I don't
Mhm.
know. That's
Fair point.
debatable.
I think it's also like I got really confused with the Russian stuff when we start getting into the logistics of the upside down and the gates. So what, the Russians opened their own gate under the mall, but do they also have a gate in Russia? Because how are they getting the Demogorgons to Russia? They're flying them over, or they have their own gate in Russia? Because then once again, I thought we established that the upside down is only
Hawkins.
Hawkins. So there can't be a gate in Russia.
Yeah, I think
So it gets very confusing very fast.
it's very easy to start
Duffer
nitpicking
Brothers,
the lore.
what's up with that?
I don't know.
I
They're
mean,
just guessing.
so you know how in season 2 that the little blob that Dustin has,
Yeah,
Dart?
Dart.
Yeah. So what if they took like little parts of the Demogorgon?
Oh, and then they grew them up in the gulag. They raised them
Yeah.
in the gulag.
Or like they like
Imported
modified
them,
born
them,
and
created
raised.
them basically there, rather than like
Good point.
being from the
but once
upside down.
again, this is us guessing.
Once
Yeah.
again,
Okay.
Have
this
they
is
really
us
never
filling in the
addressed
blanks.
this? I feel like
Not really.
Really?
Maybe in the play, maybe in one of the books
True.
that they have, but
They
we're
have
not.
books?
Are you kidding me? Of
There's
course they have
books.
books. And maybe it'll get addressed in Stranger Things: Tales of '85.
And do we have any favorite characters? Maybe we should talk about that.
Good question. This question always comes. I know Mashaal's, but
Oh, I
when you guys
don't.
were asking me, you don't. When you guys were asking me, I don't know. I struggle to answer that question because it's like it changes by the season.
Yeah, well, then we can discuss its nuances.
Okay, Mashaal, who's your favorite character?
Mad Max.
Knew it.
Love Mad Max.
Max
I-
Mayfield.
Yeah, Max is really
Because she's
good.
really good.
I just feel like she's been a solid character throughout the whole show. We can talk about season 5 later, but
Yeah.
like her role in season 5. But like season 2, like as soon as she was introduced, already great character.
She's really good.
really
in
good, like,
season 2.
season
Great
2
addition.
Well, I think season 2, season 3, season 4, she's consistently really good.
Exactly.
Season 3, the stuff with her and Elle in the mall, because in season 2, the whole thing is like, oh, they kind of hate each other because Elle hates Max
Mhm.
because she's like, who's this
Mhm.
girl in
it's
the
like the
group?
dating season. Yeah.
And yeah, season 3 is such a great progression because it's like, okay, we finally get a bit of their relationship. She takes her to the mall. She's like, screw these boys. Let's go. And because all Elle has ever known in her life is like Hopper and Mike and the boys,
Oh,
or
'cause that's-
Papa. And she's like, let's finally like take you and like let you be your own person and go shopping. That then they have material girl sequence, which you love, James.
He's making that up. I was thinking, what else does she do in season 3? And then I was like, oh, that's the Billy season. That's when
Yeah.
Billy really gets to transform into the slug guy. I think that's really cool. Yeah, you're right. Max actually, like, from seasons 2 to 4.
Right? Like she's like one of the best things they've ever added to the show.
Yeah, I think she fits in really well with the rest of the cast right away in season 2. I don't know. It's really good. Who's your favorite Gil?
I'm a big fan of Dustin. Except in the later seasons. Not a fan of Dustin in season 4 and 5. I'm a big fan of Steve. Dustin's my favorite probably out of like the core 4 boys. I also think 11 has some pretty peak moments in certain seasons. Mashaal and I were talking earlier off the mic about 11 in season 2 is really good, except for the Lost Sister stuff. Her curly hair era and kind of the her and Hopper stuff, that's a really good era for both 11 and Hopper's characters. I'm not a fan of Jonathan Byers.
Okay.
Not a
Yeah.
fan
That's
of...
that's actually a really valid point.
Thank you.
I kind of like Jonathan.
When?
I like Jonathan in the earlier. Well, okay.
Okay,
so
actually, yeah. I
my
can agree with that.
I'm
A
just
little,
hopping all over the place.
Wait, yeah, go ahead.
my favorite seasons are, or like my favorite characters are probably Nancy, Joyce, and maybe Jonathan,
Oh, I like
but
Robin a lot.
only in the very early seasons. I think
Mhm.
all 3 other characters get really watered down because in the first season, especially, they're all so good. Joyce is so worried for
Joyce is
Will.
going crazy.
She's leading the hunt for Will. Like, she's looking at that fake dead body, being like, "That's not my son." That's really good. She's hanging up the lights. I don't know. She's so conspiratorial. She's really cool. Nancy, she's also doing her own little detective era, and that's her first real usage of the gun. She's like, "Steve, get out of here. You don't want to be here." She's really good in that first season. With Jonathan, too, like, he believes her. I think their bond is really believable. I think he's a little creepy in that first season, taking the pictures, but also he gets some good stuff out of the pictures, so.
Right.
I think Jonathan is good as an older brother character, actually, in the
Yeah.
early seasons. And then after that, his like relationship with Will kind of falls off and is
Mhm.
not, his character kind of only revolves around like Nancy.
Yeah.
But like I feel like they did it well earlier
Yeah, they
on.
should have focused more on like Jonathan and Will, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah, well, season 4, I think one of the best scenes that both Jonathan and Will have is like when Will kind of comes out to him. Is it at the pizza restaurant?
Yeah.
I think near the end of season 4.
Of course.
I just think that's a really cute moment, and I think it's better than the eventual like coming out to the whole
Mhm.
Hawkins that he does. Do we have any characters that we just think it's like, why are they in the show?
Murray.
Yeah.
Oh, hate that
Hate
guy.
Murray. Get him out.
He's so okay.
He's
He's
so
not.
useless.
Yeah, he's
no,
pretty
I was
useless.
between the break of the episodes of season 5, like before volume 1 and volume 2, I went back and I was watching some season 2, and I forgot that like, wow, that's really when he comes in, and because he thinks that like, oh, there's a whole Russian conspiracy in the town, and it's like not an interesting plot line because that's the Nancy, Jonathan, and Murray
Yeah,
plot
when
and
they get
Mhm.
stuff,
together.
right?
Yeah.
It's like, what are we doing? I don't like him at all.
His dialogue is like really corny too.
I
Yeah.
know.
In season 4, when they're doing the Russia stuff, and he's kind of involved with that, like Joyce and
Mhm.
him, and then the other guy. What's his name?
Enzo, or his name's not Enzo, but
No,
it's
it's
like
Yuri.
oh, Yuri. That's
Yuri.
it.
That's right. It's like too many Murrays. Yuri's also kind of doing the Murray of it all, where he's like, I don't know, he's witty. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're very
Mhm.
similar characters to me, and it's like, that's too much. Especially with Joyce, she's trying to just do her thing. I don't know. I don't care for Murray either.
They had to like shoehorn him in there though because there's no other way for Joyce to get to Russia, I
Yeah.
guess, and like find the base and stuff.
Sure. Wow, you know so much about something you skipped past.
Okay, I kind of skimmed it,
Okay.
but like it was mostly skipping it.
And I don't care for Hopper in the later seasons.
I hate Hopper so
Michelle's a
much.
Hopper hater. And the later, like, what can we define? Yeah, obviously season 4 because he's just doing Russia.
After he dies,
but
he should
he's
have
kind
died.
of cool when he's fighting that Demogorgon with the sword. But yes, I do agree that he should have died when he died.
When he died. Season 2, he was actually pretty good. Like I think his
Season 2,
relationship
he's
with
great.
Elle.
Yeah.
I like him
I
in
liked
season
it.
3, kind of when he's like he's on the little side quest with Joyce and they're doing the Russian
Mhm.
bit.
He just has nothing to do in.
Joyce drive.
And then his
Um,
character is very one-dimensional after he comes back to life.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
he's just
I
the same
completely
guy. We're
agree.
going over like the same like
Yep.
And
the
season
same
1,
tropes.
yeah, season 1 and 2, he's
really
really good.
You could have him die at the end of season 3, and I think it would be for the best.
yeah.
I don't think you're really missing out on that much
Yeah.
with him in season 4 and 5.
Yeah, another character I don't like. I really hate Eddie. I'm sorry. That's a gasp moment.
Whoa.
No, I'm right there with
I
you.
What's
hate
what's the
Eddie.
reason to hate Eddie though?
He's so
He's
shoehorned in.
Annoying,
He
shoehorned in,
is.
unfunny. I don't like. Also, maybe this is my Steve bias, but I just don't like him and Dustin's relationship.
You think
I
that should
like
be
his and
Steve?
Dustin's relationship.
You don't like it?
No, I think he needs it.
I guess just somewhat like
He has Steve.
another person. Other
I
than
know
Steve.
he has Steve, but like
But I do like the moments when like they were kind of in the upside down, and Eddie was like, "That kid idolizes you, man." When he's talking to
Yeah.
Steve.
Yeah, I also don't
Not a
like Eddie
fan.
very much. It's just, it feels like this is such a pattern that they keep repeating where they introduce a character
Yeah.
and they're like, don't you guys love
That's
them?
true.
Don't you guys love them just as much as the other
Like,
guys?
He's standing on the lunch tables and he's doing his little speech.
Yeah.
I know.
I think
I don't
the-
love him. I just think he was a fun character to have in season 4.
Yeah, the one thing that I like about him is how they tackle in season 4 the whole like D&D versus like Satanism, like that kind of comparison. I think that's smart of them, similar to like what I was saying with like the Russians and the Red Scare. Like it's timely for the 80s, but Other than that, I don't like his character.
Don't you think it
Sorry.
would have been better if they gave that? Because when I think Eddie, I think of him being hunted down for something he didn't do.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of his
Mhm.
big thing, and hiding out and stuff. What if they gave that to a character we actually cared about, like a character we knew,
Like who?
Jonathan? Give it. You'd have to switch some stuff around, like the D&D stuff
That's
and
a good point.
the Dustin
That's a good
relationship.
point. You're kind of
But
cooking.
you're giving
here.
him something to actually do because he doesn't really.
Yeah,
do much
season
else
4.
that
Oh my god!
season.
Can I talk about another character I hate? Argyle.
Oh,
Hate
yeah.
Argyle.
He just,
And the
I mean,
whole-
he's just kind of there for like one season and like
Yeah.
some scenes.
And don't we see his family? Is that Argyle's family?
No, that's
whose family is
Susie's
that?
family. They say
Susie's
we gotta go
family.
to Susie's
Susie?
house.
Wait, does that happen?
Yes, in
Yeah,
season
'cause
4.
that's
You
where
must have
the-
skipped all this.
That's where there's the
No,
emo
I watched
girl.
it. But
That's
the
when
like,
oh
Susie's
yeah.
sister, the emo girl, and
Okay,
Argyle's
why
like,
do we
"She's
not
the love
talk
of my
about
life."
Susie ever again? Like
I
after.
don't know. It
Yeah,
kinda-
that is a complaint online. Well, she might be in
quickly
Conformity
ending
Gate, who
story.
knows?
Yeah. Oh, we'll get into Conformity Gate after the break. Let's take a break.
This episode of We Care a Lot is sponsored by WSQK The Squad, Hawkins' #1 radio station for all your totally tubular tunes. Catch Rockin' Robin every morning, and she'll be sure to turn your day upside down. And we're back. Welcome back from the break. Let's get into Stranger Things Season 5, the most recent season, and we'll talk about the finale, but let's just start with Season 5.
We all kind of watched it as soon as it dropped, right? New Year's Eve.
I watched it the next
the
day,
finale?
but
Yeah, the finale.
Yeah, I watched it on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, to me, season 5 is such the finale. Like that's really what stuck around in my mind.
What do you mean by that?
I just think about all the writing choices they make in the finale, and it kind of like
Oh,
usurps
yeah.
everything else in the season. Like that season 5 to me is that
Mm.
2-hour long episode, 2 hour and 5 minute long
When
episode.
I think about Season 5, I'm like, what happened? Like, I forget a lot.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, we had Holly in the mind. We had, and I don't even know.
That's
We
it?
it just feels like we didn't go anywhere.
Jonathan and Nancy in that
we didn't
room.
necessarily do. I guess Will got the powers. Jonathan and Nancy in the
Oh,
that was
melting
big.
room.
Max is still
Was it
alive.
big?
I
I'm
don't know if it
sorry.
was.
It was. He used the powers once.
That's true. Okay, no,
and
they
then
built
tries
it
to
up.
use it again.
They
Yeah,
built it up to
it
be
up.
something big.
You could be
Especially
describing everything in the show right now.
that's so true.
They built everything up to be something big, and then nothing was anything.
Yeah.
Like, I just feel like
They could have done
Will-
way more with it.
when Will uses powers at the end of that episode, and it's like, wow, that was volume 1, and then we had like
Mhm.
a couple weeks of break. Everyone was like, Will's gonna be like so
new
overpowered,
11,
like
yeah.
Will and 11 gonna be moving like crazy
Mhm.
in the next
I
couple
thought-
episodes, and he didn't. He tried to use
Yeah.
them again, and he couldn't really. He said, "Max, run," and that was it.
I thought they were gonna kill off Will. In
So
a
did I.
in a like
So did everyone.
we can't kill Vecna without killing Will. But then like
that would have been
He's
smart.
tapped into the
Didn't
hype
do
Get
line.
you in the
anything.
writers' room. That would have been really.
Get anyone in the
smart.
writers' room. It seems
Literally.
like it's empty. My conspiracy theory is that the Duffer Brothers focused on keeping people engaged through cliffhangers and
Mhm.
characters that they actually cared about by roping them all the way to the finale. And as soon as they got to the finale, they're like, well, we don't have to get people to keep watching. This is the last episode. So they literally dropped all the plot lines that they had been building up all season.
Wow.
Like, I don't know. I'm thinking of even just like Vicky. Is that her name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they dropped Vicky in one of the trailers for I think the second batch, and it's like the Demodog is running at her, and I know a lot of fans were like, they're gonna kill Vicky, they're gonna kill Vicky. They do nothing with her, especially in the finale. She's barely in that. She gets 2 scenes, and then in the actual like, this is what everyone went on to do. She's not even in that. I know Gil disagrees.
I don't. What do you mean?
Well, you were like, I don't think she needed to be there.
I
I don't really care for
Yeah.
Vicky. She's kind of Vicky.
But even if you don't
she's
care
not
about
really a character.
like
why
okay,
isn't she though?
we have like Robin's alone scene in the epilogue where she's like doing the Rockin' Robin stuff.
Right.
And
which is
then-
horrible.
And then we have the group scene, right? I feel like Vicky couldn't have been in either of those scenes, and they probably didn't have the runtime for it.
I agree.
And
Like,
at the same time, it's like she was just a character that was recently introduced. We can assume whatever we want about their relationship. They broke up or they're still together. Who really cares?
Mashal's
Doesn't
cooking
matter.
here. There's
Sure.
a lot of plot holes and a lot of problems that people have with the finale. Where's Vicky is not as
No,
important.
I
Yeah.
agree. Vicky is just the first one that popped in my mind. But I also do think it couldn't have been that hard to like show them in the background of the Enzo scene with Hopper and Joyce, and they're kind of also having their own little dinner because we never got the payoff for that either.
Good point. I know you
Okay.
did. Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Like, but that's not the. Thank you. But that's not the only thing. Like, there's just it's everything. It's the origin that he gets in the caves, Henry, and it's like, why are we making him sympathetic in the last 2
Well,
episodes?
you
I
need
Like,
to watch the
know.
play
the
for
play,
that one.
that's true. That is on my
What?
list. Well,
What's
you
in
don't
the
know
play
what
for
the
that?
play?
No, I know about it, but what's in the play for that specific
The
scene?
play is like
Play
all
his
the young-
entire origin story.
For Vecna?
Yeah, and you know
Yeah.
how Max is trapped into like the high school with the young version of all the
You
adults?
see
Yeah.
young,
That's like the play people.
Oh.
Yeah, the play focuses
oh.
on them.
yeah. Play focuses
interesting.
on young Hopper and Joyce and
Right.
young Mrs. Wheeler, young Bob, and Bob has a sister.
Yeah.
And then young like
the sister's like big with Henry apparently.
Yeah, young like Steve's dad, like Mr. Harrington.
Yeah, in the play, and apparently Joyce knows him, like Henry, in the play, and so then at the end, people are like, she's gonna have a big moment when she finally meets up with Vecna, and she's gonna say something. She said something we can't say on this show, but then she like
She chops his head off.
But she
Chops
never
his
saw
head off.
Vecna like as in his like human form.
But they know he's Henry.
Yeah,
Do
'cause
they?
they keep
Yeah,
tossing
they
out
keep
the
saying
name
Henry.
Henry.
Oh, does she know the full name? Well, probably. But
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, they did a whole season 4
It's
was
the
all about
Creole
so
that.
in the
House.
play, she's like tight with him.
I don't know about type,
we
but
haven't
they
seen the
just have
play.
some sort of relationship where there should be something.
She
more
should know
there.
who he is, basically.
Yeah,
yeah.
if they're in the same play, they must like there's something.
True.
Neat. That last episode is all over the place. I think, okay, maybe I should focus on the positives first of season 5.
Sure.
I think Derek was delightful. I think
Oh,
I had
delightful Derek.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's my MVP of season 5. If I'm doing like favorite characters throughout all the seasons, he's my favorite character in season 5.
I had worries about him after seeing all that
So did
promotional
I.
stuff. It's
All
like,
those
who is this
screenshots,
guy?
all those screenshots that came out, and everyone's like, "Who is this? We're introducing new characters now." Like,
But they're always doing that.
Yeah.
yes,
Even
that's a
with
good
Holly,
point.
I know Holly's not technically a new character,
No, I
but
agree.
Holly
Hey,
was
it's a new
never-
actress.
but yeah, it's like Holly. Why is she the main character of season 5?
She has the most.
Can
screen
anyone
time of
argue
anyone.
that? I would say that she's definitely the main character.
Yeah. Because we're following her throughout the
And
Yeah.
why
the
her?
whole story. Yeah.
And why 12? Why 12 children? Why?
Does he explain that? I
Nope.
feel like
Well,
Nope.
I mean, also, I guess my other question would be why children at all, but I guess he
'Cause
said
they're
weak.
vessels, they're
malleable.
weak,
they're
and
weak and they're
malleable and
easy
they're
to
vessels.
yeah.
But why 12 of them? Why Holly specifically? Why was Holly the first? And like, why all the like? Why all these questions?
Not yeah.
They
Not to
didn't
give.
explain anything.
They did not. Not to give the writers more ideas, but if they want to do like the Y12, just say something about like the 12 chimes
the
of the clock,
clock.
and then it's coming out on
Yeah,
New Year's.
That's good.
So it's like I don't know. You get more
Oh
of
my
that.
god, on New Year's, 12 grapes, 12 months, 12 chimes. Yeah, guys, I also think with season 5, they just try to explain too much, and I know that's also
They
the
explain
problem.
nothing.
No, but I think
What do they explain? Dimension X.
Dimension X and the wormhole, and they're saying, oh, the upside down's actually a wormhole, and there's these walls, and outside it's the abyss, and it's nothingness, and it's on the roof of it there's Dimension X on one side, there's Hawkins at the bottom. I think it's a way more interesting, way scarier when we don't know anything about the upside down, and they're trying to do the exotic matter and the drippy room. The drippy room was cool, but when we get to the exotic matter, and Destin goes, these are Brenner's notes. This explains everything. It just, I don't know, just let it be a mystery in my mind.
Because they say that Hawkins is like the upside down is a snapshot of Hawkins the day that Will got taken, right?
Yes, because that's the day that 11 opened the gate.
And threw one into Dimension X.
Yes.
Okay. How this is another nitpick, but when Joyce puts up the Christmas lights in her room, that's after Will's been taken.
Yes, this is what I've
How
been
does
mad
Will-
about this since I watched season 1.
How does he know that those are there? How does he know the letters that are under them? Like,
Is the upside down changing when we put stuff I don't know.
changing
did
would
he
make the
see
most
those
sense.
lights? Mm-hmm.
But they kind of threw that out when they were like,
In
no,
season
it's
4, when they
static.
said this is Nancy goes, this is my diary from the day Will got taken.
I don't know. But then there's other things where it's like, this wasn't explained at all. I think season 5 is so weak. I think the assignment of different characters to do certain like story or like plot lines or side quests, I don't like Dr. K. I don't like her. I don't like her. I like Linda Hamilton. I don't like her wig, first of all. I don't like that she has nothing to do except be like, get me that girl now. And then at the end, she kind of just dips.
Yeah, I just think Brenner's also a lot scarier and a lot better of a villain.
I didn't care for Brenner either. But
Okay.
I just hate that they refuse to kill characters fully. And like Brenner's one of those examples.
Yeah, oh my god. When we're like, he's back in season 4, I'm like,
Everyone's back at some
"Yes?"
point. I just think, and the Duffers have gone out and said that they don't want to kill characters because they feel like it's like shock value or it's sloppy writing. It's not sloppy writing. It's to have stakes, to actually
Yeah.
let your watchers feel attached to these characters
Because
and
even
worry
in the
about them
finale,
dying.
when Steve falls off that tower and it goes, oh,
Oh,
and the screen
yeah.
goes black for 7 seconds. 7 seconds, Conformity Gate.
Oh.
I knew, I was like, he's not dying. Someone's gonna catch him.
Yeah,
Someone's gonna
100%.
grab him. And so it's like, and yeah, I even think Max should be dead. They should have killed her at the end of season 4,
Yeah.
or at least blind. Why
That's-
her eyeballs got
That's
popped
true.
out?
That's true.
And she's walking, she's graduating.
She's walking, she's graduating.
She got
Yeah,
everything.
She's skating, not even just walking.
Yeah, that's
skating on that
true.
skateboard.
Oh
She's
my
graduating.
gosh.
She did all those makeup tests, and she was able to get the credits to graduate. In
Somehow.
time.
She was in a coma
Somehow.
for 2 years.
No, I agree. I just think so many characters, they should have been killing them off. I think Bob's,
No one
Death is
died.
fine.
Like even 11 didn't even really die.
I know, there's one confirmed death. Count it. One.
And it's a character no one
Vecna?
cares about.
Callie.
Oh,
I guess
Callie.
Vecna too. But is he dead? We gotta wait.
Oh,
Conformity Gate. It's.
Vecna lives.
Do we want to talk about Conformity Gate?
Sure. Why don't you talk about Conformity Gate because you're the most educated of
This
all
is.
of us.
Oh, I don't know about that. But I just think that like the writing this season is so bad and so all over the place and so messy and full of so many plot holes that fans have become so delusional that it's like it can't be that bad. They're coping so bad.
Yeah.
They're like it can't be that bad. It's something else. It's actually Vecna is
Yeah.
controlling, and all of this is an illusion. That's why there's so many like inconsistencies in the lore. But what gets me about that, which is like, well, that's just people coping. Why are there so many like number 7s all over the place? 7 was never like a big number in the show. If that dice at the end had said 11, because do you know about this? The dice.
Yeah, I know about the dice because
Yeah.
it was a 7. The Demogorgon, it got me.
Oh yeah.
Well, not even that. At the end, when it's like the D&D kind of handbook with the Stranger Things poster,
Yeah, 7 was.
there's
up
a
on the
D20,
dice.
yeah, next
Well,
to it, and there's a 7 on it.
Yeah, because he rolled a 7 in the
Oh,
first
back in the day.
episode.
Sure.
For those who don't know, Conformity Gate is an online theory that's been going around. That's like people think this isn't the end. People think there's
Yeah.
another episode that's coming out because people think that Mike is or everyone is like living in Vecna's mind, and this is all Vecna's illusions. The happy ending is just like, oh, it's all fake because everything went a little too perfectly in the finale. It wrapped up a little too quick. It, like,
Mention the
it's
milkshake.
stupid. And when in Will's coming out scenes, he goes, he's listing all these happy memories he had with his friends, and he goes, and we used to get milkshakes at Melvad's, and hey, Melvad's doesn't sell milkshakes.
Not
it's like
anymore.
a hardware store.
Yeah.
But guess when they sold milkshakes?
In the
When
50s.
in the 50s when Henry Creel was a child. So people think, oh, that's Vecna speaking through Will, or even the birthday stuff in season 4. Do you remember all this?
Yes, I
Because
do.
the day they went to the roller rink was Will's birthday, but they never acknowledged that it was his birthday. So people are
Yeah.
like, they're erasing everyone's memory of Will, and they're replacing it with Vecna.
It's really
Stupid.
weird
It's stupid.
stuff.
I don't even
It's-
want to keep talking about
I
it.
think it's just very gimmicky sort of writing. It's either the writers are really that bad and the fans are grasping for straws, or the writers are that bad. They know they're that bad, and the only way they can keep people hooked is by like leaving these breadcrumbs that aren't going to lead anywhere, just to get people talking about the show
I don't
more.
think any of these breadcrumbs are intentional.
don't think
I
they're
also don't
intentional?
think so.
It's like people are saying, look at the way they're sitting at the graduation. They're all sitting like
Yeah,
Vecna.
no, that's too
hey,
much.
hands crossed, hands together is sitting like Vecna. That's how you sit at a formal thing like a graduation. It's just the fans. I don't necessarily blame the writers just because it is
Mashaal and I were
bad
taking it
writing.
back.
But I don't blame them because they didn't put those breadcrumbs. Like all this stuff, they're looking like the fans are looking in places they're looking too hard.
So you're blaming them for the bad writing, but not like the breadcrumbs, the fan reaction.
Yes.
Okay. Sure.
Of course, there's still the bad writing. That's no one's disputing that.
It's
Okay, yeah.
horrible.
I thought you were gonna say that they're not bad.
No. The bad writing is there,
No, it's-
but the breadcrumbs isn't their fault because they clearly didn't do that intentionally. Everyone's
Yeah.
looking because they're so distraught and in denial about the ending.
Well, when that
Mhm.
9th episode comes out, you're gonna regret saying all this.
Oh, right,
On
right.
record.
It would be crazy if it actually came out. Can you
That's
guys
what I'm saying.
imagine?
I think it would be like a revolutionary thing. Like, what other show has done that before? Where it's like, this is the finale, and then like 7 days later, they're like, no, it isn't.
I guess
It'd be really, really cool, but I don't think it's gonna happen. And I do think, okay, pivoting, but one of the best things in season 5 is the beginning of episode 2, when
yeah.
Holly's being abducted by the Demogorgon, and she kind of just runs around her house. She meets up with her mom, like in the bathroom, and her mom's like, "What are you talking about?" Super wine
Fernando.
drunk.
Ugh.
Fernanda by ABBA playing in the radio. She's about to like take a bath. They're hiding in the bathtub. That's a really cool shot, I think.
It
That's a really
is.
cool
Mhm.
scene. I think that's awesome. Ted, not a part of it really, but
A little he was part of it. A
no,
little
he gets
bit.
thrown into the walls. But I
Yeah.
mean, like, it's really
And
Karen's
that whole
scene.
sequence is really that's really good.
I don't like the ending with Karen. I think it's too like, I don't know
what
the
ending
word-
ending of the whole show with Karen.
No, like the ending of that scene where she gets the wine bottle. She's like, "Step
and
away
she-
from my
stay
daughter."
away from my
Yeah.
daughter.
I
They
think it's
should
very
have been
artificial.
dead. I think the parents both should have
Kill
been
them
dead.
too.
Also, they
Yeah.
also kept Karen alive in the hospital for that whole season until she
Mhm.
comes back, I guess.
Oh, I
and
thought they were
saves
gonna
the day
kill
once
her.
more.
And then
I thought-
she like conveniently like knew when
I
to
know.
put the
Yeah.
I
the stuff in the
know.
washing
It's
machine.
very lazy
Should have
writing.
killed Karen. Should have made Max blind. Should have killed
And
Hopper.
I think they would. I don't know. I think they did kill her. Like when I was first watching, I was like, "Wow, they really killed her," and I felt something in that moment. I was like, "Finally, they're killing off characters in the second episode."
Mhm.
Not the case. They don't kill anyone. They don't kill anyone. They don't even kill Dr. K. I feel like
we
that
don't
was
even know what happens to Dr. K.
no. I felt like that was gonna be a given. Oh, the big evil scientist lady. We don't. They kill the pregnant women who are stuck in the upside down.
Yes, right.
Where'd that plot line go? I don't know. Season
It's
5.
a lot.
I think season 5 was a very underwhelming ending for a show that I'm not that like invested in personally. I like it and I've had fun watching it in the past, but I'm not like one of its top fans. But even so, I was like, this is really underwhelming.
And the way they end season 4, you're like, wow,
Yeah.
it's all going downhill. It's like, this is gonna be post-apocalyptic. You think it's like smoke in the skies, the gates are open, the town is torn in half.
It should have picked up right away.
It should have picked up right away, and they go, oh, we actually covered it up with metal plates. Stupid.
Yeah.
It should have been like all out war.
Yeah, I agree. I just think the stakes should have been way higher from the beginning. I think it should have been like, everyone's dying, everyone's in danger. This is the end of the world. Like, this is not,
Exactly.
oh, we're doing another little adventure where it's us against Vecna. No, everyone's involved right now. Like,
I know, and we really like they're doing another little gimmicky thing with the Mr. What's It. They're also changing the rules at this point. Like, we're dropping the whole like Vecna can get
trauma
people through the
stuff.
trauma. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like, oh, he accesses them through their past traumas. Anyways,
we can talk about ships really quickly because I know some of us have strong opinions, and I know that's a lot of like fandom discourse.
I'm not a fan of Byler. Sorry, guys.
That's fair. I don't think Byler exists. I think a lot
Yeah,
of it is
that's why I'm not a fan of it. It's all fake. It's
Yeah,
one-sided.
like Conformity Gate.
Well, are you a
And-
fan, Mashaal?
No, I'm not a fan of Byler.
No.
Okay, good. Just got to clear that
But
up.
I feel like none of the ships are really great.
I know. I think most of the
Lumax,
six sucks.
Lumax is fine.
Lumax.
Lumax is good. I like them.
Chopper's
guess.
fun. You just hate Hopper.
I
as
just
a
don't like
person.
Hopper. But
Why?
like, why?
Yeah.
He's
He's what? What
okay.
adjective
Don't
would
like
you
the
use?
actor, obviously.
Okay.
He's also just very. What? you-
Okay.
What?
I think that whole situation is messy.
With
the
Lily Allen?
stuff. Yeah.
Have you seen that video of him though during the house tour?
No. What
Do you know what I'm talking
happened?
about?
I don't know what you're talking
Where-
about.
Do you know about the Lily Allen stuff though?
No,
I know
Oh, then
that-
why do you not like him?
Yeah,
because
why
he's
don't
just.
you like him?
Well, no, isn't there like
was
Millie
great in
Bobby
Thunderbolts.
Brown
Oh.
like
think-
sued him for?
Why don't you like him? He was great in Thunderbolts. Crazy.
I did not like him for
In
like,
Thunderbolts?
I haven't seen Thunderbolts. I'm not.
This is awesome.
That's
What?
what the episode should have been.
I haven't seen anything in any Marvel movies after Endgame.
Okay. I think I understand that, but
But
I think you're missing out on
Doomsday.
some good stuff.
Which one?
James is very excited for
Doomsday.
Doomsday. I'm not watching Doomsday.
Avengers
Wow.
Doomsday.
Actually, no. I've seen the Spider-Man stuff.
Okay.
Don't
Okay.
like Tom Holland Spider-Man. This is gonna get cut. But...
Maybe
Yeah.
not.
Well,
Why? It has nothing to do with Stranger Things.
So-
that's fair.
Oh.
Nothing ever does, but it's something we care a lot about. So
Okay, so you just don't like Hopper because why?
I don't like Hopper because he's really aggressive. He's really
Because of the Callie stuff? That's your only reason?
no. He is
I
like
think it
he
is.
speaks
No.
so aggressively with Elle. Like I feel like he's a very
yeah.
like he obviously cares a lot about her, but the way that he shows that is like really like we're talking to a girl who has like the most unusual childhood. She
Mhm.
she hasn't interacted with a lot of people in her life. And there's this guy who's her father figure. Sure, we had Papa, whatever.
Oh. He kind of is like Papa.
Yeah,
You are like
he's
Papa.
kind of I feel like he's a little bit
I think he acknowledges that.
I don't want to
though.
say I feel like that's kind of intense to say that he's verbally abusive to her.
No.
He-
I think he acknowledges that like she's in an extraordinary situation.
Well, I personally wouldn't go that far, and I don't even think that it's like he's a really well-written character who is unlikable. I think the writing on him in the later seasons makes him so messy because so many of his arcs in the later seasons are letting Elle have her own life, letting her do the things she wants to do without being so overprotective. Then you go back to like I don't know, season 5, and he's like, "You weren't fast enough," blah 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 blah. And we're still doing this. We're still
right?
him.
We're just doing the same thing
Yeah,
again.
it's him
I
being
agree
like,
with
"No,
that.
Elle, you can't
Yeah,
do
we
this.
gotta give him
I'm
something
going
new
to
to
kill
do."
myself." Like I don't know.
It's a bomb strapped to my chest.
That's how it feels. It's like, whoa, Hopper, this isn't you. This hasn't been you for a while. I don't know. It's like I thought we moved on past this. You're not supposed to be in the show anymore, dude. Like, what are you doing here? Go
that
home to
was a
your-
waste of screen time.
They do keep
Yeah.
using
Bringing
those
that back
same
up.
clips from season 1.
We could have been tackling something else with that time.
I think
That's fair.
it would have been so much more interesting if in this little universe, Hopper's dead after season 3. Okay.
Yeah.
Season. Big smile on your face. Season 5, it's 11 going into the Upside Down. Like at the very beginning when. 'cause
Oh, she's
Hopper
doing
goes
the
by-
crawls.
Doing the
Yeah,
crawl,
and it's
yeah.
her
Interesting.
finally proving herself. Where it's like it's her by herself, being the survivalist without her friends. Like she's surviving the Upside Down by herself, trying to do everything. Like, oh, she gets weak. Oh, she's trying to survive against the weakness. don't have Hopper be there. Have it finally be 11's big like power hour.
Mhm.
Because I hate in season 5 how much they seem to downscale her abilities again.
I agree. And I just think it was a stupid move in season 3 to have her, she doesn't have her powers anymore at the end of season 3. And then we spend all of season 4 getting them back. What was the point then? Why are we taking her powers away if we're spending the whole next season getting them back?
This is just like Tears of the Kingdom. I won't elaborate.
But yeah, you don't like any other ships? Not at all? Neither of
What
you?
else is there?
I don't know.
Stonathan.
I'm so happy that
Stonathan's
Nancy ended up
Nancy.
alone. I want to say that because I think Nancy,
Yeah.
they keep doing the. I don't know. I was so shocked when season 5 seemed to go back to it's like, is it going to be Steve or Jonathan? Because
Mhm.
it's like I thought we weren't doing this anymore.
Yeah.
I thought we'd been done with this for a while, and they're manufacturing tension with her that's solely derived from like her love interest. I don't care about that. Let her be her own character
Mhm.
and let her actually feel like a character. Because even when she's by herself, it feels like it's just she's girl with a gun. She's girl with a gun. She can shoot, and it's like, what else is she?
That's
she's
why
a
I'm saying
person.
season 3 is because season 3 is kind of the first time where we've dropped the Nancy or Jonathan thing, and it's just
Investigative journalism.
It's
yeah.
it's Nancy she's being a reporter. She's trying to prove herself as a little reporter. She's not trying to be Nancy Drew. She's trying to do
Mhm.
serious stuff.
That's some of her best character
Exactly.
work. Yeah.
That's why I'm saying season 3 is kind of peak.
Season 4 too. Like besides the stuff where she's with
Good
like
point.
the Steve Jonathan stuff, like when she's investigating like with Robin, like
Mhm.
that was pretty. I like that. That was pretty
Yeah,
strong.
with the Victor Creel with
Yeah.
Robert
More of that.
Englund.
She kind of like unraveled most of the like Vecna lore, right?
Yeah.
That was all her.
Good point.
Good for her. Yeah, I just don't like any of the ships. I feel like a lot of them are manufactured, and especially later on. I think earlier in the show, Joyce and Hopper, they're fine.
Yeah,
They're lovable.
yeah.
It feels like a good match. They have chemistry. By the time we finally get their first kiss in season 4, it's like, why are we? I don't. It's like, who cares?
I don't care anymore. That's the thing.
It's just so unnecessary. And you're a big Malevolent fan, Gil.
Yeah. Would you like to elaborate on why?
I just think it's only in the first couple seasons. I just think in season 5, it's like, it's tired, it's dried out. I think in season 4, it's like, Mike kind of sucks. I'm not saying that Mike is great. Mike sucks. That's kind of his whole character. Mike sucks. But I think Malevolent in season 1 and in season 2, like they are driving that show. They're the heart of that show. And honestly, I think it's kind of to a fault at some point because at the end of season 1, we get Will back. That's what we were working for the whole season. But now Elle's gone, and we pick up in season 2. It's like no one even cares that Will's back, and it's just like Elle's gone, and Mike is so distraught. So I think they should have focused more on. I was thinking about this morning because I knew I was gonna come on the mic and talk about Malevolent, and so I was thinking about they should have done better on like really working on showing how much of a friendship that Mike and Will had, because then when we get to season 2, it's all about Mike and 11 getting back together, and then when they get back together in season 2, it is one of the most like, boom, like when she walked through that door, it's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, I don't know. I've always thought, definitely in the later seasons, they have like very little chemistry. It feels like they don't really like each other and they don't spend that much time with each other. And so many of the conflict in those later seasons, it's like, they're not talking to each other, or they're not saying I love you to each other. Guess what? He doesn't say I love you there at the end.
Yeah.
And it's like,
When
that's
she's about
crazy.
to die.
Yeah, she goes,
I
love
know
you. And he
people
goes,
are really mad about that.
His
Purple
performance
Rain.
is really weak there for
Yeah.
someone who is
It's
supposed to be
he's-
like the
he's
love of his
hovering-
life.
hovering the hands.
Yeah.
it's,
You
I
see
don't-
that?
Yeah. And I think even in the earlier seasons, I'm just such an advocate for just let female and male characters be friends, and like it doesn't
Yes,
always have to be a ship.
agree.
And I think it could have just been like a really good, powerful friendship between the two of them.
Mhm.
Like add her into the
Yeah.
friend group, have her be, but then they kind of just add Max to do that. But even she gets her love interest. Does everyone have a love interest at one point?
Like Dustin doesn't
No,
apparently.
Susie. Well, at the end, he kind
Well,
of
we
flirts with that
never-
girl.
Yeah, hey,
That was
everyone kind of has a love
stupid.
interest.
Yeah.
Because
No, Will. Okay,
Will likes
love
Mike,
interest,
and then Will gets
interest,
his guy at
okay.
the end.
Or does he?
Does he?
Why does he? Why doesn't he?
Well, because people are like, is that actually happening, or is that Mike being like, this could happen to you, this could happen to any
Yeah.
of us? I don't know. Weak writing once again.
Whatever.
Do we want to like rank our seasons?
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 1, season 3. Number 2, season 1. Number 3, season. I might say season 2, and then season 4. Just the Max stuff in season 4 is so strong, and then at the bottom it's season 5.
Yeah. I would say for me it's season 1, then 2, then a big gap, 4, 3, and then an even bigger gap, 5. I think 5 has very little redeeming qualities.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna say season 2,
Mm-hmm.
season 1. I can't decide between 3 and 4 because I feel like 3 has really good moments, but the overall story kind of loses me.
Oh,
Yeah.
And
that's
then
fair.
season 4, I really like the Max stuff, and then nothing
Right?
else.
Yeah. But it's a lot of good Max stuff, and if you love her, like,
Okay, I'm gonna say, but I don't like a lot of the other stuff in season 4, so I'll say season 3, season 4, and then season 5.
at the bottom.
Yeah.
I see other people's rankings, and it's like they got season 5 at number 2,
What?
and I'm like, that's
Who?
crazy.
and they're like, I think it's a 9 out of 10, a 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10, and it's just, I mean,
It's like, what?
people can enjoy anything they want, obviously, but I just so often, and I've said this I think in the FNAF episode as well, but I would feel insulted if I was like a huge fan of this and I felt like the creators were kind of just giving up at the end and not
Mhm.
writing an ending that felt satisfying or that actually paid off to all the stuff that they've been working out throughout the show. It's like, you wrote that stuff into the show. Don't you want to know how it ends? I guess not. I don't know. Speaking of ending, maybe that's the end of this episode.
I think that wraps it up for this episode with our
Yeah.
special guest, Mashaal. Thank you so
so
much for coming
much.
on.
Thanks for having me.
It was great. You'll be back on later in the future, I'm sure.
Sure, for an Ace Attorney episode, maybe.
Mhm.
Keep an
Yeah.
eye out for that.
This has been We Care a Lot. I'm Gil.
I'm James.
And I'm Mashaal.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you.